Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Welcome back to All Things Nursing. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe, like this video, and put your notification bell on so you are notified every time I post a video. And if you're old, you know how we do. Welcome back. Well guys, today's video we're going to talk about the difference between studying a bachelor's degree in nursing or South Africa versus any other part of Africa. Well, nursing in South Africa and Namibia is the same. We have the same curriculum, we have the same sort of syllabus, and sometimes our exams come from there or vice versa. Sometimes when you get the exam paper, you see international examiner, then they'll put the University of Johannesburg or University of Cape Town, you know, wherever it is that they do nursing degree. So yeah, I get a lot of people asking what's the difference really between our nursing degree versus studying nursing in Uganda, in Nigeria, in Ghana, and all that. So first of all, I'm gonna link like the different devices that you get when you're done studying. That will make sense at the end of this video. And also it's like our nursing amplets. Do you get what I'm saying? So we have like, you know, different of them, which I'm about to get into now. So firstly, the requirements to get into nursing school here: you need to have passed your grade 12 very well. You need to have biology, you need to have physical science, you need to have chemistry. Sometimes our physical science is linked with chemistry, and then of course English, and then mathematics, but definitely biology, physical science, and English, and then mathematics as a, you know, as a, you need to be from a science field. You know, you cannot apply to nursing school if you're doing accounting, if you were doing business administration or entrepreneurship, that subject. So yeah, you need to be from a science field, and then you need to pass grade 12 with the entry requirement for our universities, 25 points and above, in order for you to get into nursing school. So our nursing school is in such a way that we have specialties in nursing school. So I'm studying to be a nurse and a midwife at the same time. So I'm like doing two things in one. My nursing degree is 4 years. So first year, second year, third year, I'm doing general nursing and midwife, and studying to be a midwife. And my midwife specialty will end in my third year, my current year now. And then fourth year, I'll just, you know, conclude with my nursing, and basically that's it. So we have different specialties in one. We only don't learn about bedside nursing and all that. No. It's so broad. I feel like it's like you're basically in medical school, guys, literally. You know, I know other African countries, they just study for like 2 years or 1.5 years, but we are 4 years. And in those 4 years, you learn how to be a bedside nurse, you learn how to give medication, you learn how to a theater nurse, a scrubbing nurse, you learn how, you know, you have theater specialty, you have ear specialty, ophthalmology, eye specialty, ENT, the ear, you know, throat and eye. We have so many different specialties aside midwife. You know, midwife, you're gonna learn how to deliver babies, how to manage a woman in her pregnancy journey and all that stuff. Basically, that's what a midwife does. And then you get to a point of delivering babies, you know. So mostly here in our country, the midwife delivers the baby. The doctor only comes in perhaps when they're doing C-section, but even in a C-section, a midwife should be present because they are the ones to get the baby. Do you get it? So aside that, in our whole nursing specialty, we also do community nursing. Now, community nursing is a nurse that can work at the clinics. You know, we have hospitals and then we have clinics. So a community nurse can work at the clinics, and then they can give medication to a patient, like day in patients that come in and go out. Do you get it? And then we have you can be a nurse who can specialize, because we already have the specialties. We can be a nurse who will specialize in the dermatology department, in the ophthalmology department, or in the ENT, or in theater, you know, because we're doing so many specialties in one. Do you get it? You know how like in medical school you get to learn internal medicine, you get to learn pharmacology, you get to learn ophthalmology, neurology, and everything. We do exactly the same things. So it's like the workload is so much that you now have to have those components and those modules inside general nursing, and then on top of that, midwife. That's why we have to, you find enrolled nurses in the hospital, then you find registered nurses. Now that's where the difference is. Enrolled nurses, long time, they'll just study for like 2 years or 1.5 years. Basically, they're not even supposed to give medication to a patient without the supervision of an enrolled nurse. Now here is the cool part. So when we graduate, we have like, I'll link it somewhere here so you can see, we have like the yellow device or the yellow badge, which means you are a community nurse, you've graduated as a community nurse. And then you have the circle one, which says you've graduated as a general nursing nurse. And then you've the green one, which says you've graduated as I think that one is for midwife. Yes, you've graduated as a midwife. Then we obviously have the black one, which says you've graduated in mental health nursing, so you can work at mental institution and all that. And then we have the white one, which is for public health. Now we have all those ones except the white one. The white one, you can go ahead and further do a master's degree in education. Perhaps you want to be a nursing lecturer, you want to be an associate dean or something like that. Do you get it? But for mental health, we also do mental health specialty here, but they don't give it to us. I don't know why, but in South Africa you get all 4 of them, while for us we get just 3 of them. Do you get it? So you get to learn the different specialties from first year to 4th year, and you get exposed to, you know, so many departments, and you do so many things. It's not only, you're not only focused, you know, when people think about nursing, you're just focused on the nursing care of the patient, which is making sure that the patient health is improving. You're bathing the patient, you're feeding the patient, you are basically just monitoring the progress of the patient. But aside that, we are really going into depth about the patient's health care. We're not only with the patient 24/7, but we are really, you know, monitoring their condition very well, and we understand it from different angles. Is this patient having eye problems? That ophthalmology, I did it in school. Is this patient having a dermatology skin problem? I did it in school. You know, I can scrub into surgeries because I also have a specialty in theater nursing. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's really, really broad compared to other African countries where I had that they really only focus on a bedside nursing, which is nursing the patient, you know, feeding the patient, bathing the patient, changing urine, catheters, like, you know, urine, emptying the urine bag and all that, you know, back and forth. And I had that they're not allowed to give medication to patients, you know. So it's like they're not independent. Everything has to be supervised by a doctor or stuff like that, whereas to us nurses, you know, have an independency. You know, they can make decisions according to a scope of nursing that benefit the patient. But of course the doctor would have to order the medication and will have to give it to the patient. Only when we are working at the clinics we can prescribe medication ourselves, but if we're working at the hospitals, then the doctor has to of course write in the patient's prescription card, and then from there we go to the pharmacy or we give medication to this patient, you know. And throughout that process you don't need a doctor to supervise that. You are qualified as a registered nurse to you know, to go through that process. So yeah, basically that is what we do. That is basically our scope of practice, and we do quite get paid well. We do get paid well. Let me just throw this in here. So when you graduate 4 years of nursing school, you automatically start working. You know, you finish, you take the school sends your papers to the National Health Council, and then from there, once they receive your name from the school and then they check everything that's supposed to check, you start working immediately. We don't have struggles of finding a job, or we don't have, you know, you can decide for yourself whether you want to work for private sector or you want to work for public sector. The choice is really up to you, but we don't struggle with finding a job. As a nurse, the door is always open for you. It just depends on you where you want to work, for the public or for the private sector, you know, the choice. But the salary is quite good. I believe it's quite good, not compared to European countries. I'll do a separate video of that and let you guys know the benefits of our degree in European countries. You know, it really has a high benefit because of how they pay us, you know, compared to how we get paid here, which I feel like is really unfair, but that's a story of another day in another video. But yeah, we do get paid quite well, because our basic salary is around 15,000 to 18,000. That's Namibian dollars, or slash rands. It's the same, it's equivalent. That will be approximately 900 to 1,000 US dollars. That's our basic salary after tax, you know. And for government, we have the benefits like housing, we have car allowance, medical insurance, and all that. So the government, what that means basically is, government, if you want to buy a house, government covers 60% of that, or you want to buy a car, government covers like 60% of that, and so forth. So yeah, it's quite a good amount to start off. It's quite a good amount to start off as a basic salary after tax and all that, and then as the years go they add onto it. But it's not the same for other African countries. I heard they get paid really lower than that. And I mean, nursing is such a beautiful career. It is very demanding, not just emotionally, physically as well, mentally as well. And I believe we need to also get paid for what our work is worth, if that makes sense. You know, I mean, we're studying because we're passionate about it, but money is good. Money is also should also be a motivation. But yeah, not to make this video long, I hope this video is helpful, because I've been getting quite questions from my different audiences for different parts of the world, asking what's the difference. And yeah, this is basically, this video just sums up the difference. If you have more questions, please hit me in the comment section below, and yeah, let's dive into it. Let's talk about it. Perhaps you want to come to Namibia, or you want to come to South Africa and study nursing. I wish you the best, and see you next time.